From 2011 to 2019, Zach Lawrence, aka The Storyteller, gave his opinion of obscure independent Christian films on the show Indy Christian Review. Over the years, he was often joined by a menagerie of silly and menacing characters that came to life from his own imagination. From kooky hillbilly Uncle Bob to the multiverse conqueror Genic Ron, these characters brought a unique flair to the show, essentially creating a crossover event of the Storyteller's other skits and series. So, now that the show has finally concluded, where are they now? In this video, we'll look at the lives of each of the Storyteller's characters beyond Indy Christian Review. Uncle Bob.
The Zach Lawrence Show, back when it all started.
Robert Humperdinck Phineas III, also known as Uncle Bob, is the oldest of the Storyteller's characters, having originated from one of the first videos he made as a kid. The hick with the coonskin cap and grotesque nose has dabbled in a lot of things over the years, from cooking shows, music videos, and stand-up comedy, to having adventures with Time Lords and pirates. After the final defeat of Genic Ron, Uncle Bob went back to living his quiet, rustic life with his wife Aunt Betsy, pursuing his two hobbies, shooting at salesmen, and doing weekly story times for children at his local library. They say that his evil older brother, Uncle Billy, still lurks around looking for the opportunity to kill his happy-go-lucky sibling. Only time will tell whether that old rivalry will ever be resolved. The Grand Master of the Order of Ketchup.
Greetings, fellow Ketchupites! Grand Master of the Order of Ketchup here with yet another thing you can try with ketchup.
Also called the Ketchup Master for short, the ketchup-obsessed alter ego originated as the host of the show Does Ketchup Go With This?, where he would rate the flavor of ketchup on unusual foods. He had a falling out with the Storyteller when it was revealed that he was the personification of the Storyteller's own love for the condiment, and he struck out on his own. He didn't do too well by himself and was eventually reduced to living out of his car, which he then ended up selling for money to buy more ketchup. After reconciling with the Storyteller, the Ketchup Master returned to lying dormant in the Storyteller's psyche until he was awakened to kick off the celebration of Standing Sun Productions' 10th anniversary. Free once more, the Grand Master now travels the world trying ketchup on new and exotic foods, and holding seminars about the supremacy of ketchup over other condiments to recruit new members to the Order of Ketchup. His old rival, the Mustard Monk, has since had a change of heart and is constantly trying to join forces with the Ketchup Master. However, Ketchup Master refuses to partner with his old foe. He has since been added to government watch lists as a potential cult leader. Mr. Researcher.
Actually, according to my research, Tim LaHaye and Jerry Jenkins, the authors of the Left Behind series, cite A Thief in the Night as their main influence.
When the Storyteller needed to know something extra about a movie, he turned to Mr. Researcher. The bespectacled computer whiz was the Storyteller's go-to science guy, and was instrumental in many of the battles against the villains of the show's storylines. After returning briefly for the final season of Indy Christian Review, Mr. Researcher went on to start a blog about science and history facts. It only has one post on it, however, as he spent so much time correcting errors in the comments that he hasn't had time to write anything else. Outside of the blog and continuing to research anything and everything, he has taken up fishing, bird watching, and experimenting with interdimensional portals with his alternate universe counterpart, Professor Researcher. Cowhead the Pirate.
It's also International Talk Like a Pirate Day, which means I'm taking over this show. Roll the titles, you swab!
A nefarious pirate with a ridiculous name, Cowhead the Pirate was the leader of a band of buccaneers that showed up on Talk Like a Pirate Day to cause mischief. He allied himself with Genic Ron during the Battle for the Hat, but found himself on the losing side. In the aftermath, he's tried to recruit a new crew so that he can resume piracy, but hasn't been able to find reliable help yet due to no one taking his name seriously. Until that day comes, he spends his time watching bootlegged Christian films online and working as an auditor for the IRS. The Doctor.
The void? The space between the universes. Nothing can exist there.
This fan film version of the iconic Time Lord was an occasional guest on Indy Christian Review and was a minor ally of the Storyteller in his various adventures. Traveling through time and space in his time machine called the TARDIS, the Doctor is an alien being capable of healing mortal injuries through a process called regeneration that completely changes his appearance and personality. After regenerating into an incarnation identical to the Storyteller, the Doctor was reunited with his long-lost granddaughter, Susan. After being present during the final battle with Genic Ron, the Doctor and Susan resumed their travels, having many adventures through time and space. there are rumors that an old enemy has been preparing for a final confrontation with the Doctor that will put all of reality in danger. Genic Ron.
And now you shall bear witness to the return of Genic Ron, conqueror of the universe.
The arch-enemy of the storyteller, Genic Ron is an interdimensional entity that was trapped in the void between realities. He entered the storyteller's world hoping to steal the regeneration power of the storyteller's hat and create a new body for himself. After a long struggle, Genic Ron was defeated by the storyteller and trapped in a special containment device created by Mr. Researcher. After being freed by the Potential, Genic Ron sought revenge against the storyteller, killing many of the other characters in the process. Genic Ron was able to spring a trap on the storyteller, taking over his body and imprisoning him within his own mind. However, this was actually a trap set by the Potential itself, who used the circumstances to return Genic Ron to the confines of the storyteller's imagination and sent him to a world called Delantar. Since his banishment, however, we've lost track of his whereabouts. Only time will tell what he's been up to since then. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. It's part of our multi-channel celebration of the 10-year anniversary of Standing Sun Productions. And I also want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for making this video possible. Now, Indie Christian Review has been a huge part of our studio's history, so of course I had to do one more video for the channel. Now, in case you didn't know, I did return to the world of Christian movie reviews for a brief mini-series called Short Films, The Long Take, in partnership with a company called Storytellers. I mean, come on, with a name like that, how could I pass that up, right? Now, if you want to check those videos out, head over to the Standing Sun Productions YouTube channel. Another part of the 10 years of Standing Sun celebration is that we're making limited time commemorative merch available on our online store at standingsun.com. For Indie Christian Review, we've got a color-changing mug that reveals the characters from the show when you put a hot beverage in it. And for Long Take, we've got a hat featuring the meh positive icon that I use for rating certain films. Plus, for the rest of 2019, if you put in the coupon code HAPPY10th at checkout, you'll save 10% off your entire order. The links to everything are in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. May God bless you, and may God bless independent Christian films.